Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As I always say, we need to level up on the music. I don't know how many times I got to say it. We need a little spice.
I was feeling it.
Pepper. See, and I tell the guest, I say, Vinny, don't start talking right away until I intro you. They won't know. But he just can't. He's just chomping at the bit to get involved. So today is, guys, a shoot the shit, which is, I know, one of your favorite formats that we do here. And I decided to invite someone who's not politically correct. He's an actor. He's a comedian. I'm going to intro him. I'm going to give a proper introduction, Vinny, even though a lot of audience members already know who you are. Don't set the house on fire. I was told, by the way, if we set the place on fire, we have to pay for it, Pat said. So just be careful. Okay. I know. He's got some weird rules around here. Anyway, Vincent Oshana is joining me today. He is a New Yorker. So trouble's about to start. 2 New Yorkers in the house. Oh my God. Actor, stand-up comedian. He writes and performs sketches over at Valuetainment Comedy. He actually just started his own podcast, Vinny, yesterday called Funny How. The image for it is hilarious. You got to check it out. And the first episode was really, really funny. He and Rob were basically shooting the shit. Honestly.
We were shooting the shit, technically, so we stole your idea.
There you go, right out of the gate. It's okay. Yeah. He's best known for his HBO stand-up comedy set on Russell Simmons' Def Comedy Jam. I don't know if you remember Def Comedy Jam. That shit was funny. And his roles on Showtime's The Underground. But he's done a whole bunch of stuff. And he's really funny. I warned him ahead of time that if he came to the show and he wasn't funny, there was going to be a price and a penalty from the audience. So I want to invite you guys. Natalia is here. She's not on cam today because we had a camera situation. So you don't get to see the beautiful Natalia, but you do get to hear her sexy voice, so don't worry about it. We got it all covered. She is going to be sharing your thoughts, your comments, your questions from the chat. So please, number one, you want to subscribe right now to this channel. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. You also want to hit that like button if you like the Shoot the Shits. If you like the fact that I brought a non-politically correct comedian on to shoot the shit, you got to hit that like. And you got to share your thoughts, your questions, your comments with Natalia in the chat. We're going to be checking back with her periodically. We're going to try to answer them. We'll do our best. I don't know. Vinny and I can't always be counted upon. But what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about some pop culture. We're going to talk about some crazy stuff. We're going to weigh in on pretty much everything. And Vinny and I tend to lay it all out on the table. So it will be interesting. And we're going to start, Vinny, with the Kardashians.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Listen, you got to, it's go big or go home.
Let's go.
Jedediah Bila. All right. Yeah. So I look at people. And I see, it's a little bit of fashion too. I don't know how much you're into fashion. I do see you dressed up for me today.
I wore this, you know, it's 100 degrees. I wore this. I don't even need this. I have a t-shirt just for you. If you wear this outside, you belt. So I did this just for you. I mean, it looks dope.
I love it.
The lighting is ill.
If it has a collar, it's fancy.
That's it.
As far as I'm
concerned.
The audience knows I dress down. I'm in some sort of, I don't know, throwback to the 80s, tie-dye.
I love it.
I'm into this sustainable fashion now.
Love it. It's like hippie.
Yeah,
I got
I'm a hippie conservative.
Like no deodorant. You're just like, fuck, I'm just going out.
I have deodorant, but I do have jeans that are ripped a little bit too much. So lucky for everyone, I'm
But is your deodorant the deodorant that's like, you got it where it's like earth and there's no...
Yes. It's like
I got you.
Non-toxic.
No toxic.
Yes.
It's like mango sweat, and they just I got you. It's like just more organic.
Right
I got
off
you.
the bat, it's like just meshing.
Yeah,
it's just meshing.
I got you.
All right. So check this out, Natalia. Can you pull us up for us? Because Vinny needs a visual. Kim Kardashian has this Skims line. I don't know if you know it. It's very popular. Okay. It's like everything's selling out. She comes up with this item. They're called swim gloves. Okay. And at the pool, she wants you to wear these gloves. They're $48 for these swim gloves. And get this, they're already nearly sold out. They've just been released. Can you explain to me, first of all, is this something that you think people need, swim gloves?
First of all, definitely not. But the power that this family has, I'm not even joking.
Amen.
She could, if Kim Kardashian or any Kardashian came out right now and say, hey guys, the new cool thing is just so walk straight into the ocean. Do you know how many people would die and how many sharks would be like, I love the car. Just keep, whatever they say, people are going to do.
But
fashion.
Why is that, do you think? Like, I'm trying to figure out what the appeal is of this family. Because I love reality TV. I watch that show. It's boring. It's boring.
I tried.
Is it the cartoonish surgery stuff? Is it like, was it the sex tape? I mean, they marketed that. They released that sex tape to make her famous.
I heard I'm not even joking because I lived in LA for 17 years. That the mother was the one that brokered this freaking deal. Yeah. It wasn't like, oh my God, it came out. She was chilling with, who was the tall blonde, the Hilton?
Paris Hilton.
Got the fame rubbed off of her because her and what's her name were the originators. The one with Paris. Branched off, bro, and think about it. That sex tape brokered it, made her who she was. She took the whole reality show vibe and, bro, just blew up. And I hate, you know what pisses me off? When people go, I talk about her because I don't respect that when girls go, like smart girls, educated girls, you have to respect her business. I'm like, no, I don't. She hooked up with a dude, and that's her claim to fame. And you know what sucks? One day, those kids, because I know Kanye tried to shield this new video that Ray J, did you hear about that? Ray J was about to release another video. And Kanye paid for it, and she was crying and whatever. Those kids, one day, those kids are going to see that's why all this fame, all this shit's gonna come down to like, bro, that's how you got it. But the human, like Americans, just people in general, they're just obsessed with this.
And you know what she used to do? Do you know, like before she was famous, people's closet. She used to go to people's homes and organize. She was a closet organizer. I'm not kidding. Like, so she really, and she used to like tag along with Paris. You would see them at like the beach or whatever, and she would be like Paris's tag along. Then she releases the tape, boom, everything goes viral. And then all of the other family members, like the richest one, I think, is Kylie, which is who's the youngest one. Yeah. She made a ton of money off the makeup line, but she like became kind of cartoonish. Like she got the big lips. She looks completely different. Yeah. So her rise to fame was kind of that body adjustment that she did. Yeah. So, but it is true. Like this family, like they don't know what to do next. Like I keep waiting. What's going to be next? They did the makeup, the skincare, the Skims, the reality show. They have the new series now on Hulu. But I keep looking for, and I'm not saying it because like to rag on reality TV, but I freaking love reality TV. It's just, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And it's like, bro, just in general, that family, money-making machine, but it's just like something's off. Yeah. Like something is just not clicking. But yo, people, listen.
You're going to get the gloves, though.
I'm definitely, what do you mean? Especially with COVID and shit, I'm going to go back to New York soon. I'm rocking.
Maybe that's why. He said it's COVID season.
That's going to blow up. It's COVID in the pool. Freaking Asians are all tripping out. They're like, no, dude, like, and wait, they're obviously waterproof?
I think they're sun protective, which, you know, I don't, they put, you know what, between that, like now everybody hates the sun. Like nobody wants
100%.
Vitamin D, and even though sun is really good for you. And we covered on the show, I don't know if you're following, they did all the fake meat.
Yeah, of
They
course.
want you to eat the fake meat.
Poison.
Horrible.
But you know what's be funny though, Jed? When people like, because mad girls are gonna wear it, that sunburn line. People are like, hey Kim, like yeah, bitch. I wore the gloves too, and I look like an idiot, just white ass arms and burnt ass elbows.
She would make that cool in some way.
100%.
People would be all over Instagram 100%. With their partially tanned arms. Listen, if you do a sketch, I think you should. I think you need
hilarious. The burnt arm sketch.
They have them in all
this product
shades.
is for influencers. I don't think it's for your everyday person. Like this is a product that like influencers, they put hashtag Skims and then they get Skims sent to them, thousands of dollars
she's
worth
got like a bunch of people doing her, like Paris Jackson is doing stuff for her. She got like a whole bunch of supermodels in on the campaigns for the Skims.
And that's all you need
Candace
to do though.
Swainpool, Alessandra Ambrosia. Those are the Victoria's Secret girls. Heidi Klum, Tyra Banks.
Those are known
The company is valued at $3.2 billion. The Skims.
Just like that.
Not just the gloves, the whole thing.
And I mean, that's brilliant marketing where you go, listen, you're going to pay all these major people a gang of money. And then think about it, you spend $10 million, they're going to make, dude.
Yeah. Tell us in the chat, are you a Kardashian fan, truthfully? Like, what is it about them that you love, that you don't like? Like, I'm genuinely curious. I don't get it. Like I said, it's just, I don't.
And the fake booty jet, like, listen, I am an au naturel.
We're gonna get to that.
Because I'm like, dude, because she's Armenian, and like, I lived in Cali near Glendale, where Patrick used to live, and bro, Armenian girls, just because I'm Middle Eastern in general, really nice, curvy bodies. Leave your ass alone. Because have you seen those? Dude, we're in Florida. I saw a girl, and I'm not joking. I saw her from like the side of, I was in Publix, the supermarket, and I saw, like, I was like, yeah, damn. And it was like a cartoon. Yeah. People were people are watching you and laughing. But first of all, I think it's a mental problem. But number two, your friends are pieces of shit. Your friends should be like, don't put a balloon in your ass.
It's also really dangerous to fill your ass.
That's the most dangerous.
Have you seen those videos where like they fall and like her ass cheek is on the back of her knee and she's like,
but they took it out. You know, they took out some of their stuff. Like look at their butts today. I can post some pictures. They took
morphing.
Yeah, it's more of a natural
people, not about the Kardashians, but there's a whole movement of women now. I don't know if you know the explant movement.
No.
Okay, so there's a whole movement on the internet of women who suffered, they got breast implants and they were suffering with like autoimmune diseases, all sorts of weird conditions for years and years.
Like, is something happening?
Their body rejects it's a foreign matter in your body. Their body rejects, and now they're part of an explant community where they showcase that they took them out and like all of their ailments kind of go away. It's kind of cool actually, because I feel like for young girls to see that and be like, okay, here's a whole bunch of like women who like have a lot of self-respect, who are into health and wellness, that are saying you don't have to do this to be sexy. I love that.
It's amazing.
But she's right. Natalia's right. The Kardashians are like morphing. It's like the ass was like super cartoonish. Now it's like a little toned down. But it's not a J-Lo booty.
No,
it is not a J-Lo booty.
J-Lo does those, what are those kickback morning, noon, and night J-Lo's doing exercise that booty, because dude,
it's also her booty.
Yeah, she's Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican girls got great ass.
It's her booty. You can always tell the difference between real booty and fake booty.
Yes.
Just saying.
J-Lo, shout out J-Lo, love you.
I don't know if her skin looks that amazing from olive oil, but regardless,
something's happening.
Something's going on.
Yeah.
All right, she doesn't have Botox though. I see that forehead move. All right, we're going to get to Botox. We're going to get to all that because we need to know you're a guy. You like the ladies, so I'm told we're going to get to that in a second. But first, I have to get to Ben and Jen. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez tied the knot. It's official. They are married. TMZ had their marriage certificate. They got married in Sin City at the famous Little White Wedding Chapel, if you would believe it.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
yes. But here's the backstory for people who don't know, and for you may not know either. Let's go back in time. 2002 to 2004. They dated.
Got you.
Out, everything seemed to be going well. Then they get engaged in 2000 and I believe it was 2003. I'm not 100% positive. But there were reports that he was cheating, that he had cheated at a strip club. That went viral. They wound up postponing the wedding the day before it was supposed to happen. They break up, and then a year later, they're each married to somebody else. Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck got married. They wound up having 3 kids. And Mark Anthony and Jennifer Lopez got married. They wound up having the twins. Yeah. What's interesting about this is now they're back together. Very quickly, kind of like everything happened. They get married, and everyone's saying, is it going to last this time? Now, Jennifer Lopez has a pattern, I will tell you. She dated Mark Anthony in 1999, and there they are together, looking adorable.
He's a great artist.
Yeah, amazing voice.
Amazing.
Yes.
And then she dated him in 1999, and then in 2000, they broke up, and then in 2004, picked that back up. So she has a pattern of kind of like dipping back and being like, oh, maybe I could try this again. So here's my question. First of all, do you know anything about these two? Do you think they have a chance? And 2, what do you think of that idea of like you date somebody, it doesn't work out, and then years later you go back?
First, when it comes to them, it's like, I just think celebrities in general, name one that's really, really like, that's lasted through the years. Like, I mean, besides like, Tom Brady and all these people, but 90% of the time, something happens, they break up. And a lot of the time, it's for publicity. I know some actors, I know some big comedians, they get with somebody, helps the career, blows up in the public. And then I'm not joking, I called this so many times, I'm like, they're gonna break up. 2 weeks, give them a month, 2 months. And my other friend's like, nah, you know what you're talking about. Break up. It's publicity, it helps sell, it helps, magazines, this and that. But it's like, those two, I mean, I don't know, because he was, he was dating Ana de Armas, that really hot girl from 007.
Yes.
And then as
he was a bad boy for a while,
he was a bad boy.
And he was drinking, there was a lot of problems.
And right after her, it was like, he looked like hell and he came off. And I think now, how old is Ben? 45?
How old is he? Tell me, you got the age.
I think he's
no, I
getting
think
in his 40s.
Closer to 50, actually.
Okay, he's closer there. And I think, this is me personally, Jed, like, because I'm in my 40s, your testosterone, you get less crazy, you're less like, you want to kind of go back, and maybe that one Jennifer made him feel the most chill, the most relaxed. And she's how old is she? She's
like 53 or 52.
Bro.
Ben is 49.
Fantastic.
She's amazing. She's eating vitamins. She's using the deodorant with the mango sweat. She
probably is.
She's doing all the right stuff, but it's like now.
She's 53.
Think about it.
53.
Yeah, and he's 46.
46. 46.
Oh,
She's always
been a cool guy. Oh no, he's 49. I'm sorry.
She dated one of her dancers from the tour too.
Yes.
She married the first guy she married. Wasn't he? Maybe he wasn't in the tour, but
his name was Bao Casper.
Dude, that's what, as a dude, you're winning the lottery. You're a dancer on tour with Jennifer Lopez, and she's like, Okay, and marries you?
We knew that wasn't gonna last though. Come on.
Yeah, see, that's exactly my point. That don't last.
I know.
But it blew him up, and that made him who he is.
See, my thing is, I feel like people can change. Like what you're looking for, like maybe they caught each other at the wrong time, where he wasn't ready to settle down, or like something was off there. I think you can revisit it and be in a different space. Like maybe you weren't ready to settle down, and now you are. But what I don't get is like, how do you like let go of all the stuff that went wrong? Exactly. Like women in particular, I know, are like, they can't help but every time a new fight comes up, it's like you bring up the old fight, or you're still stuck on like, if he cheated, I don't know if he cheated, or if he disrespected, or whatever it was, you're going to be inclined to kind of go back to the old baggage all the time. So I don't know how, like, I don't think I could do this.
Me neither. I don't go backwards. Like, listen, it didn't work. I'm pretty sure you tried to help, like fix the situation, everything. But once you move on, it's just there's no looking back. That's just to me. But I mean, at that level, at being both A-list celebrities and stuff, like every person you date, every move that you make, somebody's watching you. Oh my God, that sounds like the lyrics.
Yeah, I did.
Yo, it's true though. I didn't mean it. But you can't go on a date. You can't walk out of your house, especially in LA, Jed. And you know, they see your face, bro. It's nuts. You can't. There's no like. Technically booty call. You can't. Everything is out there. But I mean, I wish him the best of luck. I'm saying this live. I don't see it working.
You don't see it working. No. I think she's so I do think she's looking for love. I do think she likes to be in love. I think she wants a partner. Like, I think she's in love with the idea of love too, but we all are to a certain extent. Yeah. But I don't know, man. When I saw this, I was like, oof, I don't know.
You think it'll work?
I don't.
Okay,
I don't. And I want to believe that it would. But I said the same thing about Mark Anthony. I didn't think that was going to work either. I feel like she jumped right into that because she was hurt. And it seems like she's always kind of like needing a partner. Yes. You know, like it's like that person. Everybody has that friend where like you're dating somebody, something goes wrong, and then before you can blink, it's like they're dating somebody else.
Exactly.
And I don't know, maybe she needs to. I think she would do best with somebody outside the industry who wasn't in the industry, who like wasn't. It's hard because it's got to be somebody that's not there for Jennifer Lopez, but there for like Jen, you know, like real.
But and again, it's really hard because everybody knows who she is. Like even if you went to a country where they're like, I don't know her, and the Middle East. I just picked the Middle East, the Middle Eastern. I don't Jennifer, and she like found this really really good looking guy that doesn't know who she is. Once he hangs out with her and he sees the paparazzi and all that shit, it's like, oh my God. And so she has kids, Ben has kids, and like I don't know, man.
Yeah, and he and Jennifer Garner seem to have. I thought if anything could maybe last, it might have been them. Jennifer Garner seems like very removed from Hollywood.
I think
she does like this, like on her Instagram, she has like cooking and. I don't know. She just seems like very down to earth. We're going to talk about her in a little bit, but like not so Hollywood. The thing is, J-Lo's got a brand, and some of her brand is like J-Lo, you know? So it's like, what are you going to do? You know, she's not, like, she doesn't read Soccer Mom to me. She may, I'm not saying she doesn't love her kids, but she's like too like for that, you know?
Okay, she's 50-something, right?
53.
When is it going to start to decline? Like, because she does not look 50. She looks banging.
She works out. I'll tell you this. She doesn't drink alcohol at all. She eats really well. She exercises. She claims that she hasn't done. I don't see filler. I don't see Botox.
But what if she has a really good person, Jill?
You can see Botox.
Really?
Every time. Okay. I can. I'm like from
I think she got a little bit. Her cheeks are a little too high.
That's it.
I think she got a little bit.
Did any of that. I do think there's some type of lift situation going on.
Yeah, there's something in her face that her face is up.
Lift or like something is lifting, but I don't think there's like, I don't see puffy filler. I've seen her in person. We had her on The View.
Yeah.
I looked at her face to face. Her face moves. I was like,
got you.
It looked real. And I also had Kim Kardashian on face to face. She looked like a wax figure in person. So the disparity is huge.
Yeah, I seen her at a restaurant once, and I was just like, oh God. Because think about it, every time you see them, it's the lighting, the cameras, everything is dope. I saw her, and I was like, oh my God.
That's the problem, ladies, too, if you're listening.
Do you believe this statement from one of your followers? From F and S. He says, she can't live without male validation. Do you think that's valid for J-Lo, or do you think she's looking
No, I don't think it's about male validation. I think she really loves being in love, and she really loves having a partner. And I think she's always on the hunt. Like, she wants a companion. I think she gets lonely when she doesn't have somebody next to her. And
she's single. How long was she single?
She has tons of male validation. The whole world is validating her that she's hot.
But not the one she wants. Maybe she's looking. I think she's trying to validate from Ben. Yeah. She's trying, like, remember, he got married, she got married. And then they were both married at different times to different people. And then now it's like, oh, you know, we both married someone else. Now we can be together. We made the same mistake.
He was quick. He was like, last time I'm getting in this
He's
time.
like, all right, ring, blah, blah, blah. Okay, was that but they went to a little Vegas chapel. It wasn't something
That's the new trend, though.
That's it.
That's where all the celebrities go now. And you know what? I'm going to bottom line you. If I had to do it again, I would not spend money on a wedding. That was
Seriously?
like, I did not. Roles were reversed in my house. I said, Jeremy, we both wanted to get married. I said, listen, I hate like all that stuff. I said, let's grab like 5-6 friends, a few family members that we love. Let's go to the beach. Let's get married. Let's play volleyball. Let's go to dinner. And he wanted a wedding.
Really?
And I'm like, one guy that wanted a wedding.
That's so funny.
And I was like, you want what? And we had like, was still small. It was under 60 people, but it was like in this like ballroom. And he and my mom were like in cahoots on the whole thing.
Gotcha.
And I wound up in this ball gown, it was beautiful. Mikey, if you're watching my wedding plan, I wound up with this guy, Mikey, who's awesome. You planned the wedding. But like, I look back at photos of that and I'm like, oh man, I'm missing my leather jacket. Like I look too done. There needs to be sand in my shoes. Like you don't need to do all that. And he looks back now and he's like, you were right.
And you guys, I mean, because monetarily, it's not cheap. You guys are spending money. I just went to 2 weddings and I'm like, ugh. And then, you know what pisses me off? All the money we spend to go to these weddings, if those assholes get divorced in 1 year, do we get any money back? Like, I'm like, listen, there needs to be like a fund. Like, I bought shit, I flew there, and you guys didn't last a year. Right. That's bullshit.
Some people are cheap, though. You know, they go to wedding, some people don't even give a gift.
Give cash. You're supposed to give cash or the registry.
Yeah. Some people are very cheap.
Someone gave you a good question.
No, but you know what I'm talking about? Like, if you guys get divorced, what the fuck? I flew to the Bahamas, those destination weddings, bitch, and you guys didn't last 2 months?
I had a friend, this is no joke. They were together, guy friends. He meets a girl, super like into her. They move in together. They're together for like, I think it was like 6 years. They get married. They were divorced 1 week later.
No.
He was so like, what the hell happened?
What happened in a week?
But everybody, he said, I remember him calling me and being like, I need to mail everybody their gifts back. So I feel embarrassed. Like it was so, What happened was, I don't know. I think she kind of like,
were they living with each other for 6 years?
No, they were living for like a year, but
I think marriage is a difference.
Something was going on there.
Or something went on, or like she walked in when he was taking his shit, and she's like, I can't.
I'm out.
Nope, not like this. Ain't happening in my house. Just something small.
I love it. Oh, All right, we're gonna move on to The Bachelorette.
Let's go.
You're probably not watching this season of The Bachelorette, but I'm gonna explain to you.
Well, you told me at the office there's 2 of them. Please give me a breakdown. Tell me the show.
This
so I can watch
season is wild.
Okay.
Now, this is reality TV that I will indulge in. I think it's hilarious, honestly. So
you like such a, I would never think you would like this.
I love it. And by the way, it's not the patriarchy, people. These women sign up for this shit.
No shit.
So don't even. There's 2 bachelorettes this season, okay? There's Gabby, Wendy, and Rachel. I think it's Rekia is her last name. And they're friends. They're from last season. They were both rejected by Clayton. Okay, so they come back together and they have the same pool of guys.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
So initially, there they are, beautiful girls. They're competing for the same guys initially. A few weeks in, they're like, this is too much. Like, we need to have our own journey. So they decide that they're going to each have, from that big group, okay, we're going to decide I'm going to decide who I want. I'm going to decide who I want. We're going to offer them a rose. What winds up happening is they give all the power to the guys. And the guys wind up, 3 guys, I think it was, rejected Rachel. She's like, will you have this rose? And he's like, actually, I'm here for Gabby. No joke. Wow. 3 times in a row. Now, finally, they get past that and they get their own groups. And they're on, it's like one show, but it's 2 journeys, right? Okay. It's her with her guys, the other one with our guys. Now there's a guy that accepted the rose from the Rachel group. This is the following week. And now he's like, I can't stop thinking about Gabby.
Oh my God, Gabby, this girl's got it, huh?
Yeah. You know what it is? I'm going to be honest. Let me be straight up with the 2 girls. Rachel is a beautiful girl. She's very kind, pleasant. Gabby's funny.
Which one is
She's
which?
got a real, Gabby's the dark-haired one. She's funny. She's got a real sense of humor. So personality-wise, they're so different. I can see how you would visually, maybe you're typically a guy who's more drawn to blondes, but personality, you might be, it's hard.
Of course it is.
It's hard.
But sense of humor, I'm telling you guys right now, you could be a 6, personality, sense of humor, and because as a comedian, when you get somebody to laugh and you get me, to me, our souls, we're connected. You get my humor, which that's such a turn on, because in all those moments you're sad, you're happy, you go on journeys, go on vacations and shit. I know that we could hang out, you could be my friend, you know what I'm saying, on top of the lover.
So let me ask you this, because we've been talking, like I had Rollo Tomasi on, and we've been talking, you're a single guy, we acknowledged this before, you're almost my age, almost the same age, you're out and about in Miami. Curious, you're in the dating circle now, what do you look for? Like when you're thinking about, what are your top things? You're talking about sense of humor when it comes to women. Like what do you want in a woman right now?
Well, obviously first and foremost is going to be, obviously you have to be physically attracted. I mean, that's just right off the jump. Somebody that's appealing to you, that you could see your, go out, have drinks, but right off the jump, personality is paramount. I'm being dead serious. I don't care like masters or where she's working. Everybody's hustling and doing their thing, especially in this area. Just somebody that I could just talk to for more than 5 minutes. That I'm not like, oh God, I gotta get the.
See, but you're funny. Leave. You're really funny. So do they have to be as funny as you? No.
I swear to God, I had this conversation yesterday. If they get me and they can laugh at what I'm talking about, that to me is a turn on. It's weird. Right. I'm like, because I got you, but then it actually, the girl that I was kind of talking to, it triggered her to be funny back to me. I was like, oh shit, like, you have it too. You're not a comedian, but it's that. I'm telling you, it's just that. I don't know what it is.
Did you like that better?
What's up?
Did you like that better? She was funny with you.
I liked it better because when she was witty, I was like, oh wow, okay, yeah. So it's almost like it's not a competition. It's just like, it's just saying shit, and it's funny because she'd say something in the other room, and I'd be like, did you laughing out? Like, did she just say that? Like, that's fucking hilarious. Like, I love it. But and obviously, I want a girl to have a future in her, she wants to be, somebody, she's, has a job and all that stuff. But personality to me, looks and personality, boom.
And when you mean looks, do you would you rather have, say there's two women and you would rate one looks wise as a 10 and one as an 8, but the 8 has like a really bomb awesome personality. Is that worth more to you? You're going 8.
Even a 7. Okay. Like, honestly, I'm in my 40s, a 7, and I'm not a rating guy, but like a 7 with a dope personality, boom. And I'm not a rating guy, but like a 7 with a dope personality, boom. Because a 10, that's hard fucking work. Being with a 10, it's like, oh, I gotta fucking fight everybody. I'm old, and I'm not a jealous guy, but I am a fucking jealous guy. You know what I mean? Like, you can't leave a 10 to go to the market. I'm like, no, I'm coming. Yeah. Like, it's right there. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm not dealing with it.
Also, no guarantee a 10's gonna have a personality. That's the bottom line, too.
And a lot of the times,
then you got a hot, empty vase there. Yeah, that's like, what are you doing with that?
Exactly. And a lot of the times, I'm not gonna front. The 10s aren't really that. They don't have a lot of personality because they don't need it. Because guys are just trying to holler at them. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you the money. They'll take care of you and shit. Yeah. I want a girl with a little. If you're once you start dipping down to like the 6s and 5s and shit, you better bring some shit to the table because there ain't nobody buying you shit. Ain't nobody. You know what I mean? Your dad better have a good job. You know what I mean? Your dad better have a good job. Something better be going on. Yeah. But I'm telling you right now, personality, humor bumps up attraction to me big time, especially that I'm a comedian. That it's such a turn on.
What do you think about these girls that go on these shows, or the guys? Is it all fame, The Bachelorette,
it's all those real world, all those shows? It's like, bro, they just want to get on, like the Jersey Shore.
That show, man.
Yeah, the Jersey Shore. Like, if you think about it, we laughed at those fucking people. We like Vinny and the.
I know Vinny.
You know Vinny. I met him at the Laugh Factory in LA. The situation is a fucking A-list celebrity. Do you understand?
And they made
if that dude walks into a restaurant in LA, we make fun of him. Hey, fucking jelly, like whatever their sayings are. It's like that's what I mean. Like, those girls, it's insane because they make out and they hang out with all these guys, right? Isn't that
and the big controversy, I'm waiting to see if it happens this time, but typically the big controversy happens at the end because there's the fantasy suites. And a lot of people get to the end and then they decide, well, I can't be with somebody who's going to go into a fantasy suite and sleep with like 3 guys at the end. Like, I need to be the only one. Guys will say that, girls will say it, but I'm like, you knew you signed up for this show. You know there's fantasy suites. You know they're going to be testing the waters with everybody. So you can't tell me you didn't know that going in. Yeah. I feel like they got to say that. Like, if that were me, and let me tell you, that would be me. Like, I would be like, I can't sleep with you if you slept with somebody else the day before. I also wouldn't go on the show.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you. So if you were sick, so think about it, Jen. Good-looking girl, they approach you. You're in LA. They're like, we want you to be on this show. You 100% would just be like, I can't.
My mom wanted me to do it when I was younger.
Did you? Are you serious?
No,
my mom, I would kill myself.
My mom was like, I'm going to sign you up. But I was like, I'm not going to be good on this show because I'm not I'm not like crazy diva. I'm not going to fight with everybody. And also, I'm not going to sleep with anybody.
But that would be hilarious.
I'm not making out with you and then you're going to stick your tongue down everybody else's throat. That's nasty to me.
I would pay to watch you on that show.
I'd be like,
you just hear in the other room, like, get the fuck off of me.
My friend reminded me the other day because we've been talking about all this dating stuff. And I've been talking about, not that I was a prude. I mean, I had premarital sex. I slept with people before I got married, but I was very selective. I had to be in love or in deep like. But she says to me, do you remember when we were in the 6th grade? I had never, kissed anybody, and we went to a party, and this guy, I never forget, his name was Bobby. Bobby, if you're watching, I'm sorry. But he leaned in to give me a kiss, and I went like this all the way out, and my friends were like, Jed! And I was like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that.
6th grade.
I wasn't playing. Do you know I didn't like make out with somebody? I'm going to tell you this. You're all going to think I'm crazy when I tell you this, but I did not full on make out with somebody till I was like 18 years old.
Shut up.
Not kidding.
Really?
Not kidding. I was very like,
wow.
I know. I didn't
crazy.
like, Vinny's like, I can't say the same.
Bro, what do you mean? I remember I was like 13 or 14. I remember the girl. Her name was Madi Sol, because I'm from the East Coast. The tallest Puerto Rican girl ever. I was when I tell you tippy-toeing, like, and it was like a French kiss. It was just all tongue. I had no idea.
I hope you don't kiss like that.
No. But I'm telling you right now, I remember the moment, and I was mad short when I was a kid. I mean, I'm 5'8". I'm not tall. She was so huge. Marisol, I remember her name. When I tell you tippy toe and hanging on and stuff, just to make, and it was just, we were crazy, and that just set the tone for me.
It was a different time, man. It was a different time.
So much fun. It was so much simpler. No technology.
We're gonna get to that. Oh, I have a topic about that. We're just like segueing. So you and I, it's the New York thing. I knew I had to bring a New Yorker in here to get some shits on, man. I brought Adam in here. He was all South Beach. I was
like, suit. Adam was all debonair.
He was looking very Miami Vice that day. I told him.
Adam, I know he's watching this too.
Oh, I'm sure he is. All right, I want to talk about Beyonce with you. Okay. Beyonce still looks fantastic too. Another one that just looks.
Do you think she had work done?
Yes, I do. Ooh. Yes, I do. All right, so check this out. She has a new song that's out called Renaissance. And I see this headline. This is from the Today Show. Beyonce will change lyrics to a Renaissance song. Or maybe Renaissance is the album. Yep, it's the album.
Okay.
Following criticism. So somebody said she said something. So let's read a little bit together, shall we? Just give you some background. After Beyonce's 7th studio album, Renaissance, dropped on July 29th, amid an outpouring of love for the album, listeners pointed out a slur in the song, Heated. Okay, the song contains the word spaz. Beyonce sings spazzing on that, probably spazzing on that ass, spaz on that ass. So she says spaz. So I was like, okay, I used that word before, like, oh, I'm such a spaz, spazzing out. Okay. The word is a shortened form of spastic, a medical term to describe someone with spasticity, a symptom of neurological conditions in which muscles stiffen or tighten, preventing normal fluid movement, per the American Association of Neurological Surgeons. Vinny doesn't know what to do. Wait, it gets better. Following the release, disability activist Hannah Deviney tweeted, "Feels like a slap in the face to me, the disabled community, and the progress we tried to make with Lizzo. Guess I'll just keep telling the whole industry to do better until slurs disappear." Ableist slurs. Guess that's ableist. Oh, ableist. Ableist slurs disappear from music. In response, Beyonce's team gave a statement that the lyric will be removed from the song. So I didn't know where to begin on this. I mean, I'm to a point, Vinny, where I'm like, I don't know how you could possibly be a creator and create anything without everybody who could possibly be offended. I mean, I am positive Beyonce was not thinking, oh, I'm going to go after the people with a neurological disability when I use the word spaz. So does this, I saw you getting like...
I can't, obviously she didn't write that with no, and the fact that breakdown was so, like,
Today's Show.
There's so many, like, think about how sensitive a person you have to be sitting there listening, because she didn't like emphasize. It's probably a really quick spaz.
Yep.
To hear that, stop the album, the song, and be like, wait a minute, did she? And then break down all that shit. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, is that what we've gotten to that point where, and it's affected like comedians with all this canceling, and you can't talk about this. That's why I'm so happy I'm uncancelable, because I don't give a shit. Once I think, especially because I'm not huge, but once you give in and you do that bowing down, you're like, hey, I'm really sorry. Your artistic freedom, I think you're completely blocking it. She should have been like, listen, I'm sorry if you guys are hurt or whatever. That's not what I mean. It's staying in the song.
Yeah. Right.
I'm sorry. If you don't like it, I thank you for your
Yeah.
Buy a different album. Like what we all know she didn't mean it with neurological aid. That all that breakdown was like a doctor broke it down.
It was legit from the Johns Hopkins.
Yeah, and so Jed, here's my question too. Why are we protecting? Why are we giving in? Why is the society giving in to just these little minority groups and these little people that one person's offended?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing is like anything you say can offend someone. Of course. There's someone out there right now listening to this that's going to say that offended me. For
I said taking a shit for the wedding thing. I know somebody was just like, I can't believe he.
Or somebody was constipated.
Yeah.
I can't take a shit.
I can't.
There you go. I can't take a shit. Exactly. Yeah. No, I mean, it's ridiculous. So you think, just don't apologize. I agree. I think there's a way to say like, hey, listen, the way you said it, I feel bad, obviously, that you feel bad about this, but that was not my intention. And if we go down a path of constantly changing and doing all this, we'll never be able to create any content. So I'm sorry, but this is my song.
Exactly. Like, I'm sorry that you feel this way is perfect.
Why do you think they do it, though? Do you think it's the handlers that say to them, it's not worth it? Just take it out of the song.
100%. Yes. 100%, because obviously it's saving, that people buying shit, and it shows that, hey, like, listen, we're woke, we get it.
Right.
We're in. She's in
crowd.
Sure. And it's money, bro. It's when it comes to money, you're not don't mess with the money. Because if she came out and said, man, the hell with you, I'll do whatever take it or leave it. She's losing not a crazy amount of money, but it shows because Beyonce's this image. She's this icon. She's like angelic. Oh my God, you can't. She's perfect in their eye. So they all have to bow down. You have to say, I'm sorry.
You talked about comedy, and it's interesting to me. I used to hang out with this guy, Sherrod Small. I don't know if you know Sherrod, in New York, and he does comedy there. He used to do Red Eye with us a bunch, and he's a black guy. A lot of his comedy was about race. I mean, he used to make fun of himself. He used to make fun of it was like very racially charged commentary, and I went and saw it. It was hilarious. It was great. But I know that people were starting to criticize him. People were everybody's got something to say. Do you feel like where are the guys that are just willing to go out there and do comedy? Do they still exist?
Oh my God, because
it's not funny. A lot of it's just not funny anymore.
There's very, very small group, and I think it's just the ones that are in the clubs, like in New York, and the Cellar, and
he's still doing his thing, by the way. So he didn't cave.
Yeah, good on you. I'm telling you right now. This comedy is a dying art. Yes, the greats are killing it, but if you can't say certain words, if it's a story about you and it's your life, and I can't talk about it because a group is going to be offended, the hell out of here. I did a Kevin Hart half an hour special, and in the joke, this is my life. My neighbor was a tall gay guy, and he saw me with a gun, Jed, because I went shooting, and his name was Jermaine. He's like, oh my God, is that your gun? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, my two friends are in the apartment. I just went to go get them weed. They never give me money. Can you come in put a mask on? And I swear to God. So I go, yeah. So for the joke, as I kick in the door, and I go, there's two trannies in there. They bleep that out of my comedy thing. And they put a voiceover of gay, and I was like, there were two guys, they were trannies, they were transvestite. Oh, I couldn't abbreviate their what they were.
No, because that's like a slur now.
It's a slur, and I'm like, no, I didn't want to say there was two. I just put it into the joke, and they're like, yeah, man, we had to bleep it, we had to cut it out, and we just put. It wasn't even my voice. It was like gays. They just put gay guys. I'm like, y'all ruined the whole joke.
Thing. That's not funny anymore. So it's crazy. We talk about shows here that Married with Children or shows that you would just never be able to do. You can't even Friends. We did a breakdown of Friends and all the stuff that happened on that show. Yeah. That was the 90s. That now if it rolled out, forget it. And the producer, one of the writers actually came out and said, well, this wasn't a racially diverse cast and I have regrets and all that.
Then give us the money back. Give the money back. Go give the money. But I mean, because it's white people now. Living Single was the black version of it. Just shut everybody. I'm telling you right now, there needs to be a movement of I want to say fuck your feelings, but more of who cares? Right. Art is art. You know what I'm saying? If you paint something, somebody goes, I don't can you, as the artist, can you take off the red? Fuck you. It took me 5 years to paint this. I'm sorry, red bothers your eyes. I ain't changing shit, bro. That's it. And I think, and these people like this, like us, that I don't give a shit. Because, this is who I am. Yeah. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Change the channel. Move on. Mm-hmm. It's I'm not going to make everybody happy. Yeah. People are going to hate you. People hate me. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what the thing is? People still watch that show.
Exactly.
Like, they will not watch stuff that comes out now because it's all woke. I mean, the new Sex and the City was ridiculous. I liked
Was it horrible? Was it whack? I didn't even see
I
it.
couldn't get through much of it, but honestly, every single component of it was like, how do we incorporate this woke talking point? How do we make this, whether it was about whatever, like, how do we make that the show? And it was just like, spot the woke talking point. And it was sad because that show was a good show back in the day. Of course, they didn't carry through Samantha, and Samantha was the best character. But, people watch Friends because they're like, I want to remember when shit was just funny. Yep. And we weren't so worried about, how everybody was going to feel about it. And that's why now you ask people what shows they watch. And we're going to get into that in a second, actually. What a fantastic segue.
Yo, we're just...
it's all... Really, we're right here.
Man, I love it.
Look, are we going through a nostalgia burnout? It's an article in Refinery 29 that talks about how even like shows like Stranger Things is popular. I don't know if you watched that show, but
what's the first season? I'm not gonna front. I haven't been.
But it's all like 80s stuff. Like you feel like you're reliving your childhood. It's all like the stuff
songs,
in the 80s. Yes. And this article talks about how like there's reunions, there's reboots, and people are more plugged into that than they are to any modern productions that are coming out because they're boring now.
Well, they're woke. They're being safe. They're being like that's why like you nailed it. All these reboots and I like. All that, like, what was the one that you talked about? Married with Children.
Yep.
Like, shows like that. Amazing. Al Bundy, everybody has their own character. Yeah, it was outlandish. The daughter was hilarious. Like, what people have to understand is you are watching a comedy show. It's not called seriousness. It's it's a comedy show. These are characters in a make-believe world is there to make us laugh. Like that's why Family Guy pushes the envelope. They don't bow down.
South Park
doesn't bow down. And I think it's from the jump, from the rip. You have to have the attitude, Jed, of we don't, this company, give a shit. Don't like us?
Yeah.
Move on.
That's the problem, though, right? That even if the writers and even if the musicians decide they don't give a shit, it's the company around them. Like a lot of these, like ABC is so woke, it's ridiculous. You see what they're doing in Disney cartoons now. It's got to be woke or it doesn't get past the smell test. So it's like that's the challenge. The record label, all of these companies, agencies,
of course,
SAG, and even the the UTAs and the CAAs, they're all woke that you're like, even if the artist doesn't want to follow that path, they feel like, well, I won't work in this industry if I don't listen and just apologize or just shy away from. The challenge is, I feel that the number of topics now that you'd have to shy away from, like you're basically just masked up on, like, I don't know how you talk about, as a comedian, especially with stand-up, you got to be spontaneous. I don't know how you're just like, what the fuck do I say?
Oh my God. I did a show, I was in San Diego, and this is when like COVID was it just ending or I don't know what I did. Pack room, my boy Josh Nelson ran the show. I think it was like, I forgot the name of it. Jed, pack room. I think I said something as a character. I went China virus. Whatever I said, you could hear the breath out of the four girls in front. She was like, and then she was talking shit to me the whole show. I go, what? You're offended? But they were with me, the audience. And I just shit on her. I just went on. I go, bro, if you don't like it, then why are you still sitting here? She stayed there for half an hour. I go, leave. Yeah. You don't like it, you don't have to sit here.
So here's a question from the other side. What happened? Where's the line of you've crossed the line? Is it only when you can relate to the joke? Like if they say you have a kid who's a transgender kid and you love your kid and whatever, and they're at a show and they're making these pretty aggressive forward jokes.
Got you.
Where is that line of like, it's okay?
I think if you're really genuinely trying to hurt that person, if you're really trying to go after them, then it's like, bro, you're out of line. If it's just a generalization of, especially, and this is what the beauty about Dave Chappelle is, it's his experience, it's his interaction. He doesn't hate anybody. It's just he's really woke because it's like this small little group is canceling people and like it's getting out of control. And I mean, bro, his past 3 specials, he's just going in. As a comedian, I would like, yo, Dave, it's like, come on. Oh, we get it, but they keep firing back, and he has a way bigger microphone. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's hollering 100% back. So I think if you personally go after them, and you're just like, hey, it's you, and look at you, and you're going after the person, it's like, bro, chill out. But if it's a generalization and it's my story, like if I have a cousin that's a transgender or whatever, you can't tell me not to talk about my fucking family. That's my family. This is my story, my journey, and they're giving you something to paint, and I talked about painting earlier, but they're saying, okay, we want this, we're gonna pay you, we want it, don't use red, don't use green, and don't use, because it's too loud. You're like, wait a minute, those are the colors I have to paint. I'm painting the sun, I need orange, I need all the, I'm sorry, because some people don't like orange. I don't give a shit, I'm sorry, I can't work with you.
I like the way he said that too. Like that's how I feel. If it's a personal attack, if it's not about humor, it's very clear sometimes you'll see that comedy isn't about comedy anymore. You see this at the award show all the time. It's about some sort of political message, or it's like taking a dig at someone individually in an audience. It does happen. That's wrong. But I really feel like all topics need to be on the table. I remember that I almost made a joke at The View once. We were talking about something related to this, and I wanted to talk about guinea teas. I'm Italian, right? They call Italians guineas all the time. A guinea tea is like a white ribbed tank top, and they were like, "Oh, you can't you'll offend Italians," and I'm like, "I am Italian. I'm Sicilian, and I am proud of my guinea teas."
Yeah.
So that's what
like
you're
white
saying.
Beater. It's like when
it's
they say white
your
beater.
story.
Yeah, exactly.
It's your family. Like now they're saying you can't rip on yourself. That's what happened to Sherrod. I remember people were like, "That's racist," and he was like, "Dude, I'm black. Like I'm a black dude. Like back up. Let me tell my joke. I'm here. I'm comfortable with you laughing. Stop telling me how to do what I do."
I agree 100%.
But what about topics like abortion, or topics like abortion, topics that are like very touchy? Rape. Because I just watched an Andrew Schultz comedy. He just dropped one, and he did a very good job touching those touchy subjects, but on both sides.
Got you.
He did like for the Trump people, for the Biden people. Like he did a very good job balancing. So like, are you adjusting your comedy for that? Like how, like are comedians doing that?
I do, but I do in a way where, like you said, I don't want any one side. You're like, because then you alienate an audience, which is freaking
so much to juggle.
That
sucks.
That's why, especially when it comes to politics, it's like I stay away. But the beauty of people like Andrew Schultz and all these really, really dope ass comedians is they could take a subject that's taboo that you're not supposed to talk about. Patrice O'Neal is one of my favorites of all time. He passed away a long ass time ago, and I spent time with him. I hung out with him a couple times at the Comedy Store. He's just touched. You can make, there's jokes about abortion, there's jokes about outlandish shit. He even said there was a rape joke, and he said the joke on, I think it was Opie and I forgot what thing. You can make it funny, and that's the challenge as a comedian. I'm trying to make comedy, like, it's not easy. You're consistently coming up with shit. You always have, there's only so much you could talk about your family, or the weather, or this shit. We're always trying to come up with different jokes, and like it's not easy. And now it's the worst time. Now, like you said, you can't talk about anything that's not gonna piss off a certain group. And those
somebody's gonna get mad.
Excuse me, and those groups are getting bigger and bigger, and they're multiplying. Nothing. And I'm Middle Eastern. I said something, I don't know, I said something about being hairy, or I said, because I'm not, I said something about terrorism, and I don't know what it was. And Jen, I'm not even joking. This guy stood up like he was, like I wasn't Middle Eastern. And I was like, bro, I'm you, asshole. What are you? What are you? Like, I can see if I was a white girl up here talking shit. I'm you, idiot. My father looks like your father.
Yeah.
So
I got you.
Pissing off, but I think that's what comedy is pushing those buttons, pushing those boundaries. And answering your question before, I don't give a shit. Yeah. And I don't care.
That's the only way to do good comedy. I always said comedy should make you feel a little uncomfortable, because it's like I remember sitting and being like, oh shit, I'm laughing at this. But,
exactly.
Should I be laughing at it? It's got to have those moments 100%. Where it's not good comedy. Yep. All right, I want to move on to another topic, which is let's talk about what's going on in the beauty industry as it relates to females. All right, I need to talk to a man about this. You're here. This is perfect timing.
Yeah. Well, I identify as a man today.
I identify as the monster from Stranger Things. Okay. We've established that already. What is it, Vecna? Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't make me mad is all you need to know. All right, Jennifer Garner, who we talked about earlier, formerly was married to Ben Affleck. She came up in the story we touched on before about J-Lo. She has advice for her kids on Botox and fillers. Wait as absolutely as long as possible. There's a whole story she talks about, and she says, look in the mirror less, obsess less, look at the rest of the world to see what you could be using your time for instead. She's trying to send this message to her kids that we are image obsessed, and probably, looking around Instagram and seeing that everybody's got the filtered face now. Everybody's going into the plastic surgeon saying, give me me the Kardashian. So I'm curious. This stuff bugs me, and I've been very open with the audience. I don't do any of this stuff. I don't do the fillers. I don't do the Botox. One thing about Botox that always weirds me out with people is that what they don't realize as they age, young people's faces move. Young people's faces move. So the dead giveaway that you're aging is when you freeze your face, because now we know you had lines and now you look like a weird type of alien. Yeah. So I always tell ladies, be careful you don't go the alien route. Yeah. Also, sometimes this gets flat and then I see all bunched up on top.
Yeah, it's weird.
Not good. Really it's also toxic as all hell. Just saying. But I don't do any of that stuff. I do take care of myself. I love my facials. I love my products, but I don't do any of that stuff. And I'm worried about the message it sends to women of like, you know, looking at this. I remember on Jersey, we talked about the Jersey Shore before. There's one girl on there. She's Angelina. She looked one way, and now she looks like
a completely different person.
Can you pull up a picture of her? Yeah. Because she now looks like Kim Kardashian.
She used to be beautiful?
No, she used to be. She was a cute girl. Jersey girl.
Got you.
She now looks like Kim Kardashian. She has. Actually, you won't be able to tell the difference.
Okay.
And as a man, when you look at this stuff, how do you feel about it? Because people say women are doing it for men, and I don't think so at all.
I 100%.
Bring it up. Look at the.
Oh my God! You know oh my God! She reminds me of the Real Housewives of what was the one that used to, Big Ange. She used to talk like this.
If you go to her Instagram,
she sounded like she smokes cigars. She's like, "I'm Big Ange, and I'll kick your ass."
Go to her Instagram page.
And she passed away. I think she passed away because of all that stuff and unhealthiness in her face. And it's like, bro.
So as a man, though, while she pulls up her Instagram, it's like Angelina MTV or something. When you see this, what is your take on all this?
So with that type of transition with the Botox and I 100% do not like it. I mean, like the J-Lo situation. I know you're saying that you don't think. I mean, I feel like there's procedures that girls, if they feel like doing it, they could do it. They kind of pass. It looks horrible. Give me that the one in the red shirt. I was eating dinner in Beverly Hills. I'm sounding so LA right now. And the table next to us, this lady had so much shit done to her face, and I looked. I guess her friend told that's her.
That's Angelina. I don't know. That looks like Kim Kardashian.
That looks like Kim Kardashian. 100%.
There you go. Okay, and one next to it. She literally must have went in and
she spent. Oh, she gave him.
She openly, by the way, to her credit, she's open about it. So she says, "I got this procedure. She got the boob job. I did." She tells people that
she did it all.
She did it all. So to her credit, she's being honest.
She's being honest. Well,
which I respect.
Honestly, I respect the honesty, but it's like you're transformed. That's not you. Like, I get that some guys think that that's hot, but when all that makeup and all that shit comes off, you do not look right. So I was at this dinner, and this lady she had so much work done on her face, and it was an emotional dinner. Somebody passed away or something. Jed, I'm not joking that. She was sitting there, she couldn't move anything, but she was bawling, crying. I go, you're crying? I can't even see. Nothing moved. And it's like, it doesn't look good. And all those women, I think the older that they get, they're trying to get back to that youth. You look weird. And the thing is, I touched on it. Your friends don't fucking tell you, like, yo, you look good. So there needs to be this should be the movement. I know Botox people, all these doctors and shit, they won't like it. You are good looking like you. When you're 50, look 50. It's hot. I like that. You know what I mean? Like, you look 60. You did it. Remember the 20s? Let that shit go. Let the 20-year-olds have that time.
Have that moment.
Yeah, why are you going back? You're fucking jumping back. You're doing the J-Lo bit. You guys are backwards. Yeah. You look good right now. But I think those people are lacking. They're insecure. I don't even think that they have people telling them, just act like you look good. Like guys that are married, they let their wives do that shit. They were like, honey, go on, because they want that young, tighter skin. But bro, you if you're 50 and your wife is 40, 45, like, bro, you're good.
Yeah.
Like, let's.
Do you think they're doing it? These women are doing it for themselves? Do you think they're doing it for men, or you think they're doing it to impress other women?
I think it's completely a challenge for. I think it's women are trying, and I'm not talking shit. This is just in your guys' nature. When a girl, like your shoes, the purses, I've never seen a guy at a restaurant and a girl walked in and he goes, this bitch got last year's Prada. What kind of dumb bitch has no guy ever has been like, what the did you guys like stop them up? I think it's a competition for women, and it's a stature thing. And I guess that's, like I said, it's in your guys' nature. Guys are the same with, cars, or look at my house, or, I own 9 companies. But with girls, it's them. It's their personal look. Because those rich guys, have you seen some of these big, they don't give a shit. Yeah. Yo, go outside, look at my fucking Lamborghini. Right. Look at my crib. They're doing it to their bodies. These guys are showing their stature and their assets with with.
See, I was going to ask you that. I was going to say, like, what's the male equivalent? And what I see is, like, if you look on Instagram, if women are trying to impress, a lot of times it's just fake stuff.
100%.
It's like hair extensions, lip fillers is the new one. Everybody looks like they got stung by a bunch of bees on the way home. And every man I talk to, the second I say this stuff, they say what you're saying. They say, I hate lip fillers. I can't stand kissing girls with that stuff going on. I also hate a woman who, like, if she's trying to cry, I need to see that you're upset, girlfriend. Everything you're saying is what guys are saying. So I do think oftentimes they're doing it because they're insecure, they're getting older. Sometimes they're trying to compete in an industry like the film industry, which is tough. And also it's because other women are doing it and they feel like they need to be on par with that woman.
Yeah, for sure.
But the difference for me is, like, when I see men trying to impress on Instagram, I see them sometimes doing good stuff for their body, like losing weight, like getting in shape, like eating really well. Like, yeah, maybe they spend some money on things. You're right. They like flash their cash a little bit. But when it comes to their own body, they're doing stuff that's healthier. Exactly. And women are like doing this stuff that's like toxic as all hell. And there's a disparity there. Is the message though, like, what I'm trying to get is, like, guys like you, and I think most guys feel the way that you do, I wish there was a way for you to have impact so that women heard it and stopped this game. It's like, because there's a younger generation looking at all this. Like, I have a son, I don't have a daughter, but sometimes I think, like, oh man, thank God I don't have a daughter, because growing up in this, I wouldn't want my little girl looking like trying to mimic a filtered image of that is not attainable, like, and is also friggin' boring because people's faces need to move.
And imagine what's going to happen, like, when that daughter is, let's say 10, 15 years from now, it's like, oh my God, how much other shit they're going to be doing.
Do you think it would be helpful if guys were more vocal on this issue?
I think, like I said, I think that there should be a movement or something where it's just like, hey, listen, you're fine just the way you are. Who gives a shit about the girl? And I think the problem is, though, that the guys that are with these girls, especially the guys that are married, that have the money and their wives want it, it's not for the dude.
Their wives want it.
Their wives want it. Yes. And they're like, but baby, you know why? Because I'm watching these shows. These girls look young as hell. I know you think these girls are hot because I see you on your fucking phone sweating all these girls. That's what I want to look like that. You know what I mean? But the reality is, yeah, they're in that swiping and, oh my God, I'm watching porn, all that shit. You're with this person. You look good as you.
Yeah.
That's it.
But it becomes
an
addiction.
What's that?
It becomes an addiction.
100%.
Like, you do one thing and you're like, oh, that's super even. I need to do this and that.
Yes.
I agree 100%.
My mom has a friend who works in the plastics industry, and she's now unrecognizable to us. Wow. I mean, Botox through her whole neck, like all Botox. I mean, she doesn't. And let me give you an example. A friend of mine, Claudia, if you're listening, she listens to the show. She's awesome. She's a facialist. She's in her 50s. Yeah. She's stunning.
I love her.
She is stunning. She's beautiful. She has done nothing. She takes care of her skin. Yep. She eats well. She prioritizes her health. She exercises. She's into very non-toxic, clean living. So she, eats well. She hasn't done any of it, and I have to tell you, she has aged she's good for her. Gorgeous. Her name's Claudia Colombo. She's public. You could even look her up. But she's
the perfect example of you don't need all that shit. How about just, if you want to look good at getting older, take care of yourself in the interim. Don't be fucking sitting in the sun for fucking 4 hours and not taking care of yourself. Eat right.
We're going to be doing some exposés on this stuff because I feel like I need to have the women's ears on this and expose some of what's going on.
You look good just the way
I'm not trying to look 15. I'm not trying to look 20.
That's what I'm saying.
That's Claudia. That's my girl. She's beautiful.
But you see her, that's natural beauty. You see that, and you can instantly be like, that's natural.
Claudia.
She's in New York?
She's a facialist in New York. She is taken, unfortunately. But
Claudia, it's over. I wanted it. Now
she's going to kill me. She's going to be like, did you mention me? Yes, I did. Because I'm sorry, but you have the most beautiful skin I ever saw in my life. Better than J-Lo's. I'm telling you, better than J-Lo's because I sat in front of J-Lo. And J-Lo's got some good skin. But ladies, honestly, we're gonna have to have this talk another day. But I'm glad you said what you said. I think it's important for women to hear it from men as well.
100%. I'm being 100% honest.
Yeah.
That should be the movement. You look good. Just be you. You're fine.
Also, ladies, with big microphones, don't lie to people. Don't. This is my favorite. Makeup-free selfie. Yeah. In the meantime, it's Botox fillered. Yeah, you got filler under your eyes. Yeah. You got Botox. You got this plumped up. You got
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have makeup on. You got be honest with girls because these young girls are growing up in a time where they think like, well, I don't look like that without makeup on. Well, nobody does, honey. Even babies have. My 2.5-year-old has like circles under his eyes. He's Italian. He's got little like,
Yeah, I mean, he's worried about the economy. You know what I mean? There's recession.
Exactly. He's watching PBD podcast too much. Too
much. That's hilarious.
All right. So I want to ask you about the canceling a little bit more because this I should have brought up before, but there was an article in the New York Post that talks about uncanceling that's going on now with some actors where there are people who've been canceled and now they're coming back. And they reference Lea Michele from Glee. Apparently she was canceled, in June 2020 after she tweeted in solidarity with Black Lives Matter. And former co-star Samantha Ware, a black woman, shot back that Michelle had been an on-set bully. So apparently she was canceled for that. And then, of course, they bring up in the article James Franco, who was accused by 5 women of sexual misconduct in 2018 at the height of the Me Too movement. Now he's returning. He's going to be acting in a new film called Me You. So interesting.
Me Too, Me You,
not Me Too. But I think it's interesting. We did talk about people getting canceled and whatnot, but what do you think? Has there been enough backlash, you think, to the canceling of people now where you're going to see people who were very quickly canceled that are going to have a comeback? And like, what do you think is off limits? Like, in other words, who has a chance at a comeback and who doesn't? What types of mistakes?
It's, I mean, I think anything,
or I don't even want to say mistakes, but
and I'm going to be honest with you, it's insane because I've seen personally people that were canceled for really messed up shit. Like, to me, when it comes to female shit, like, I mean, just right now, Deshaun Watson playing for I don't know what team, Texans or whatever, 24 women came forward. The NFL was just like, all right, 6 games, you can't play. But he's canceled for 6 games, but he's back. I think, especially people that were canceled I'm talking about like messing with underage women and doing a bunch of messed up shit. The pandemic, COVID, fucking helped all
right.
Because, in that moment, people were like, cancel, kill them. And then they're like, oh, shit, pandemic. They completely forgot about all the dirty shit that you did. No matter, I'm being dead serious yet. Anything. I'm talking about horrible shit with women. People, what? Oh, no, I remember this guy was dope. Or we really like this person. And I think the people are starting to kind of like, well, we're ruining people's careers. You're knocking them off. When you cancel somebody, like who was that girl that the Daily Wire hired? She got canceled. I don't even know. Gina
Carano.
Gina, like, and I'm happy that there's other windows, there's other avenues. But some of these people, that's their livelihood, and they make a mistake. That's the thing about canceling somebody, that we're human beings, but we're not Jesus Christ walking around I never make a mistake. Sometimes I say messed up shit. I've been on stage, I said something really messed up. I should have been punched in my face. I admit it, I mess up. I'm a person.
Yep.
You apologize, you move on. If you don't have the decency to just say, hey, listen, my bad. Not blaming everybody else. I messed up, apologize, and move on.
Yep.
But this going back, they're starting to ease up because this time heals all wounds.
Yep.
Especially with like a Franco. I don't know because I have no idea. I never met the guy. I don't know shit about him. But time people solely are just like, oh, okay. I mean, the Weinsteins and all these guys, they're done. Bye.
They're done, yeah.
You've caused so much fucking damage to these people's lives and, money. And those people are like messed up. Some of these girls, like that Rose we got, she's fucked up. You fucked these people up. Good. Bye. Get out of here.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between like patterns of behavior that are clearly and objectively destructive and then people who misspeak or are just human, make a mistake. I always used to talk about the death of the apology. Like now it doesn't matter. You come out, you apologize, nobody cares. But I do think there's enough backlash now where there are different avenues, like you mentioned the Daily Wire, that had hired Gina. There are avenues like that pop up for people now in places that refuse to abide by this cancel culture, which is good. And there's also like they're running out of talent because it's like everyone is going to say something stupid at one point or another. There's going to be a trail, especially now with social media being what it is. I think about like my son. I think about like these kids who have a trail starting at like 10 years old. That's like... There's going to be something. No one's going to be able to run for president based if we do this. No one's going to be able to do anything because you're going to be able to look back and be like, oh, at 17, they said this and now there's a video of it out there. Like there has to be a way as a society to just like acknowledge that people are people at the end of the day. I think it's coming back around now and you're going to have a lot of these people that made mistakes. Again, not a pattern of behavior that was like repeatedly destructive, not like a rapist or something horrible, but people who just misspoke. And they're going to have second shot.
I have a question for you. What about cancel culture towards someone like, and I talked about this yesterday, someone like Chris Brown? He beat the crap out of Rihanna. Yeah. And he was canceled for a little bit, but he kind of came back. I don't think he's at his peak like he was at one point. But
he's never going to have the same career that he had.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy, too, because any moment like that.
But shouldn't that be someone who's canceled?
Because that's abuse, though. See, that's the distinction, I think. Like somebody who's like, for me anyway, someone who's like, you rape somebody, you're repeatedly an abusive person. Like that to me is different than like somebody who does a comedy bit and like offends somebody or has a slip of the tongue or says something. They're not causing you physical harm. Words don't harm. Like I know people say now they do, but that's not the same thing as like punching somebody in the face or it's different.
Or being the hell, cause, I mean, and in that situation, and I mean, as the years went by, we learned that she was hitting him and beating him in the car, and he retaliated. But I mean,
that's a complex story too.
That's a really messed up story, and that's why it's like. But that once you heard that with that picture there, all you thought about was he beat the shit out of her. That was it. But nobody cared about the story. Or
do you think though, because he was also an attractive person who did it, that also affect how far he got canceled?
I think sometimes it depends on who the audience is. Like athletes get away with a lot.
100%.
I think it depends on like how replaceable that person is. Like you're an all-star player and whatever, you're not going to be easily replaceable. They'll figure out a way to like talk their way out of that, 6-game suspension, whatever. And I do sometimes think it's political. Like if that person's politics lean right, forget it. Like they'll be very quick to, because you know what they do then? They do a deep dive and they find one thing and then they go back and they dig up a trail and then they try to just wreck you. Like you're Ben Shapiro and you make a slip of the tongue, like good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily he has his own company, but Hollywood's not going to be making any excuses for
and
it.
You just made a great point. Like the level of your talent, it really decides on where you're at. Like
that's right.
Deshaun, the guy, the football player, if that, because he's a dope player, right? Slap on the, I mean, 24 girls are coming out still left and right that he's inappropriate, he touched me, blah, blah. If that guy was just like a third string, like fullback, you never would see this guy ever again.
Right.
It'd be in the news. Canceled, done. So it's how much money are you still making these
money
these
too,
companies money? Are you kidding me, bro? The NFL, they're very lenient.
Forget it.
You could just be live on camera beating the shit, but he's like, hey, he knows how to run. All right, that guy can run through the goddamn line, and it's sad. It's sad, but you better be. You know, if you're a girl and you're in an abusive relationship with a football player, they're not going to cancel that guy.
That's right. Everyone at home, I want to remind you to subscribe if you like what you're hearing. If you like this Shoot the Shit and you want to hear more Shoot the Shits with different guests, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And also, don't forget, Natalia's in the chat, so give us your comments, your questions, anything. Super chats, we're going to read you. So if you're a super chat, we love you the most.
Holler.
Just saying. Holla. All right, I got to talk to you about AI. This is crazy shit I'm about to share. Just to tell you straight up. I'm afraid of the robots. Everybody knows that. Stay away from me with that shit. All right. AI program predicts.
You have an iPhone.
I have an iPhone. I have a robot.
Yeah, but it ain't bouncing on the table like
doesn't have legs. And let me tell you, I'm very selective about that iPhone. I don't want any of that 5G either.
Have you seen the Boston Dynamics? Have you seen the video of the Boston Dynamics robot walking?
Yes.
It looks fake. That scares the shit out of me. If that thing has a gun on it, I'm leaving. Bro. I'm going to another country. I can't.
There's going to be nowhere left to go. Wait till I show you this.
Oh, that scares the
AI
shit
program predicts what last selfies on Earth will look like. So horrifying images of what the last selfies taken on Earth, is from the New York Post, may look like have been depicted by an AI image generator. Take a look at some of these pictures. The haunting images, which look straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, were posted to the Robot Overlord's TikTok account, which provides daily disturbing AI-generated images. You could scroll down and see some of those images.
Okay. Wait. Time out. A robot this thing thinks for itself?
No. These are AI-generated images of what images of what the end of the world is going to look like. Basically, and it's like, take a look again at the photos.
Let me see that, dude. That is some scary shit.
So first, my thought on this. First of all, I told you I'm afraid of the robots. So that looks like some type of Terminator situation going on. But keep buying the technology, people. Yeah, don't ask questions. You want the Terminator coming to your house? We don't have a John Connor, last I checked. Unless it's you. I don't know
I
how
might
good
be.
you're. Never know.
I am armed, so.
You are? Well, there you go.
Yeah. Games in Florida.
But I see this shit and I'm like, why are we a morbid people? Why do people need to see this? See, I feel like people have a little bit of morbidity to them. They're like, they enjoy this idea of thinking about what's going to happen. We going to die? We going to be taken over? Are we a morbid people? My grandmother used to read the obituaries for fun. Like, is that part of just humanity?
100%. It's funny you're talking about just us as a species. We are jacked up, disgusting. We really are. No, I was telling her. What was I telling her? In the Roman days, like, I don't care. Like, this really happened. They would fill up an arena with people. They'd have people kill each other. Then the winner would stand there. They'd open the door and a lion would come out and eat them. And people cheered. Like, we love, like, I'm not going to front. I watch World Star Hip Hop. It's on my app. I scroll down. They don't give a shit, Jed. Yeah. They put anything out there. And I hate seeing it. But, like, one guy was cutting some guy's hair, and a guy comes in, shoots the guy, and the barber backs up, and the barber has a gun and shoots the guy like 6 times. And I can't really watch it, but the views on this thing are
You can't watch it, but you have to watch it.
You have to watch it. People are stabbing each other, and it's just like, bro, it's in our blood. It's in our DNA. We're insane. They just love this type of death, destruction. It's just like.
You worried about the robots? I gotta ask. I mean, I know you said you worried about. What is that? What did you want us to pull up?
The Boston Dynamic. Look at the Boston. I think it's called Boston Dynamic.
There's one that looks like a dog.
That's the one, and it looks like it's a fake video. The thing runs like a dog, and it really pisses me off. It bothers me. The biggest thing was if Elon Musk, Mr. Technology, launching shit. You know what he said? This is going to be the biggest mistake. He's warned us, guys, slow down.
Yeah.
He's basically said, I think it was called Transcendental Man. It was a documentary. This guy's like, he was on the cutting edge of all this shit. And he was pro AI.
Look at that
those
thing.
things bother, dude.
Come on, man.
Like Transformers in real life.
Nah, I had a nightmare that yellow one was chasing me in my dream and I couldn't get away and it grabbed me and I felt metal on my leg. It was horrible. But the documentary Transcendental Man, he's going for this technology because he wants, hopefully in the future, to bring his father back. It's a really trippy one. But the scientists, the real guys are like, do you understand? This thing is going to be smarter than anything, like 1,000,000,000 billion times more than your little brain. And he goes, the same way that you look at an ant. Like you see, when we see an ant and you go, and you kill it, you don't think twice. This thing, who's to say this thing's not gonna look at us and be like, yo, get the fuck out. We're in charge. And once they start thinking for themselves, they're gonna. That's where the scary part is, bro.
And it could get hacked. It's a machine.
Exactly.
So it's like, you see what goes on with computers. Everyone's like, oh yeah, it won't get hacked. What do you mean it won't get hacked? Somebody's manning that machine. There's got to be somebody behind all that controlling it. And initially when this came up, I remember everyone being like, oh, it'll be great for the military. And I'm like, is it though? Is it? Like, then what happens if the military goes rogue? What if the leaders of the military, you never know. What if, they're fighting somebody and they lose control of X, Y, and Z, and now it's in enemy hands. I mean, you got to think, like, I don't understand. Did nobody watch television growing up where, like, you're seeing this stuff manifest 100%. Now?
Yep.
Some of this dystopian stuff, some of this robot stuff. Like, you got to be able to look at this stuff and be like, you know what?
We're good.
We don't need to advance everything to the point of, like, this is why I'm telling you, man, I talk about it here all the time. Get me a DeLorean and send me back. I can't take it anymore. I want to leave. There you go. We talked about that nostalgia.
Yeah.
All right. This is the last topic of the day. This has been so much fun. Then we're going to get to some comments in the chat if they're there. So, Natalia, let us know if there's anything any super chats or anything we want to go over.
Give us some good questions. We have a really good lineup today,
Help us out here.
Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe.
You got
do all that good
chilling
stuff
over here. Come on.
So the last topic of the day is a little bit of political. Not too deep though. Ron DeSantis was invited to go to The View. Mm-hmm. His team said, this is Brian Griffin, DeSantis' deputy press secretary, tweeted that the Florida governor had received an invitation to be on the show. They said, we would be honored. This is what they said. I hope you're having a good summer. I'm sure. I'm reaching out to invite Governor Ron DeSantis to be our special guest on The View next season, which starts September 6th. We would be honored to have him join us in studio sometime in the fall. DeSantis who does not play.
I love him.
He's a boss. He just does it. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm not playing your game. Came back and said, Which of the below statements from the host of The View do you recommend our team consider when deciding if the interview will be a genuine pursuit of truth or worth the time? And then he includes these comments. I think he's a fascist and a bigot, Sonny Hostin said in June. You're just sort of calling Governor DeSantis a negligent, homicidal sociopath because that's what he is, Joy Behar said.
Wow.
And he was like, I'll pass.
Yeah,
so I see this and, I say good on him. The View used to be a place where you used to be able to go when Barbara Walters was in charge. It used to be a place where you could go and have a real discussion. She prided that show on differences of opinion being acknowledged at the table, on a respectful discussion. You can go back and watch tape where I think there was one episode where Bill O'Reilly was on and Whoopi and Joy walk out and she's like, get back here.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're not going to do that to a guest.
What, you can't talk?
But that's not what's going on anymore.
No,
you saw my appearance there. They shouted me down as misinformation. They completely set me up.
Of course.
So at this point, good on him. I feel like that show needs to decide if they want people to come on who have differing views, they have to act with respect. And if they're not going to act with respect, then they're going to get answers like this. And this is what people should say. Sorry, not interested. I'm not looking to be set up.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think?
Well, first of all, love that show. Every day I'm
You're a big Joy Behar fan?
Yeah, I love her. And first of all, I think you should have, because you just said it, you should have your own spinoff and call it a different view, and it's the complete opposite of what they're doing. I have zero respect for them because it's not, like you said, when Barbara Walters was there, everybody had a view and everybody talked and we worked through and whatever. Now, it's just like the media, they're political activists. It's just whatever the left wants them to say, they're saying. And I don't respect any of them because have you ever seen any of them jump off and go to anybody else's show? Have you ever seen any of them anywhere else sitting there and being interviewed? Never. You never, because they have to be in that little bubble. They have to be in that little room. All the audience, all those guests, they're all set up to go after people like you. Anything that they say is truth and is gold. And they get, like Bill Maher's audience, who I know Bill Maher I love because he's shifting. But those audience, if you don't think or act or respond how they respond, they shun you down and they boo your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just feel like Ron DeSantis is perfect because he's not stupid. He's the real woke.
Yeah.
He knows what they were trying to do, bro. And the fact that he has those links of you talk shit here, you talk shit here, you want me there, you don't think that we know the setup is happening.
And what's sad to me is I used to be the biggest advocate of go into these spaces, have these conversations, change hearts and minds. You never know who you'll reach. My experience there, for the most part, was pretty good when I worked there. I had a few days that were odd. Interviewing Hillary Clinton was an odd day. There were just days where I felt like there was panic around what I could and couldn't say on a couple of days. But for the most part, I felt like I sat down, I said what I had to say. And when I left, many of the audience members were like, Jed, you made me think. I didn't like you at first, but I thought about things in a different way, which to me was I did a good day's work. So I am a fan generally of get out of your comfort zone, stop preaching to the choir. The challenge is when it's set up, when it's not, when they don't have an interest in an actual conversation and they're just there to mock you, to set you up, then that's just, there's no advantage then to doing that. Why am I going to go to be abused? So I think it's kind of a moment where they're going to have to figure out who they are, because I don't think he's going to be the last person that says that.
You think Trump would go on there? You think Trump would go on there?
I think Trump would go on.
Yeah. But their heads
is
would
that
explode.
good or bad? Do you think he should have went just to get those difficult?
Actually, you know what? Now I don't know. I really think they're going to have a hard time booking real, genuine conservatives who want a discussion, who aren't there just for that moment. I went on. People say to me, "Well, why did you go on?" I had a full pre-interview with them, so they knew what I was. We talked through the mandates, an hour-long pre-interview. So I was like, I want to have this discussion. They have a big audience. I want to show people why I'm not getting this vaccine and why there's a whole segment of the population that's not just going to comply. I wanted that to be heard. It was a legitimate. I show up, it's bam, misinformation, I don't get to say. It's ridiculous.
Horrible.
But I think there are people who now are seeing that it's not an opportunity. It's not an opportunity to have a conversation or change hearts. You can't do that with people who are trying to make a point out of you. So I would tell him not to go. I would tell Trump to say, I'm sorry, but no thank you. If it's going to be like this, they decide to change the way they treat people. They decide to have a respectful exchange of ideas.
But isn't that one of the reasons why people like Trump? Because he does do things that are going to be like, whoa, like what? Like he's going to take on this challenge, you know? Like to me, I look at that as like, that's somebody who's not scared to get canceled per se. So like, I don't know.
I don't think it's even about canceling, though. I think people are tired of giving them ratings for mistreating. Like, I'm not going to give you the benefit of me showing up if you're going to be disrespectful.
Because those are clicks, because they want that beef.
That's what it's down to. Now, Trump could go. I will say this. My disadvantage was that I was not in person. They wouldn't let me into the studio even with a negative COVID test. Had I been on that set, they would have been in trouble.
I love it.
Because and they know it. They know it. That's why they didn't have me on the set. They would have been in trouble because I don't back down. I know what I'm talking about, and I was following the science, and they weren't.
Science.
They all got the vaccine, and many of them got the COVID anyway. Look how that worked out. Biden's got it twice now, and he's got 4 shots and medication. So what I was saying was factual. But so if Trump was going to go, he would have to be in person. 100%. The challenge is you have these hard breaks. There's a lot that goes on that is structured to make that guest have a problem. So it's a lot in the way a TV operation works. Things are timed in a certain way. You can't get to this. You can't get to that. Oh, sorry, we got to go to commercial break. Like very convenient things happen.
They set you up for failure.
So
100%.
I would personally, that would be a huge get for them, for him to show up there, and they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it because they can disagree with him. And by the way, I'm not saying they can't disagree with Trump politically. I've disagreed with him on things. I'm not saying that. But when you do stuff like, oh, you're a fascist and a bigot, a negligent, homicidal sociopath, and then expect somebody to sit for an interview. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, fascist, all that. Like,
I mean, it's just not.
They're just so stupid. Bro.
It's like Mean Girls, only they're adults, so it's like embarrassing Mean Girls. But
I would never talk if I was talking to a girl and I was like, so I really want to see you, and she was like, yeah, I gotta go watch The View. I'd be like, I'm never talking to her.
No matter how hot she was.
I don't give a fuck if she's a 10, Jed. If she goes, I would, but I gotta watch The View. I'd be like, I would moonwalk the fuck all the way back. With the Thriller song. Get the hell out. Like, I don't people, are these just stay-at-home moms that watch this show?
I think it's a largely female audience.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
It's a very liberal audience. It's in New York City. You talked about the audience, that's what happens in New York. I mean, these people are beloved in New York City. I did get a lot of positive comments. I got booed many times. I don't mind that. I don't mind the booing, and I don't mind like being outnumbered, and I don't mind any of that. But I won't sit and like, personal attacks, and that's just, I'm not in 3rd grade, I'm not I'm not a badly behaved 3rd grader, so I'm not going to do that game.
I love it.
Do you have anything from the chat to check out?
We do have something from the chat.
And I'm sorry, guys, we don't have a camera on the beautiful Natalia today.
And they've seen her before, though.
They have seen her before. She is, and she's very pleased to the eye. She has great expressions that she
beautiful
brings to the table.
smile.
I love.
Doesn't need Botox. She's chilling.
No, she's
chilling.
also like in her 20s. By the way, let me just tell you. Have you noticed that everybody in this company is like 16?
I was just gonna, and they all look good. Everybody's hot.
Every time I come on the show, I'm like, I take an age of everyone. Eric's looking at me from behind with a smirk on his face because he knows that he's like, maybe he's not 16, he's like 19.
Eric's 19 and a half.
Everybody in this company is youthful.
Young and
we get Tyler in here sometimes, another baby. I'm like,
me and you are just dinosaurs in this
it's like
place.
Me, you, Pat, and Adam, man.
Yeah, like when I get up, I have to go suck because my sciatic nerve is all jacked up. These guys are. I got to take collagen with my coffee in the morning,
That's actually very healthy.
Yeah,
I do collagen.
I do that
dope.
too, actually.
It's dope. I mix it with my coffee, but it's a flavorless one. I don't taste it, but my nails go fast.
It's amazing.
Bananas.
I do the bone broth too. I started making that. Oh yes, I'm very into like farm. I make it homemade
I buy
bone broth.
Wait, you're grass fed everything, right?
Everything.
Okay, I buy it online.
Online? I do too.
I want to find out yours so I can buy mine.
By the way, we're going to be bringing you guys some products too. Ooh, just wait, it's coming. Okay, let's go to the chat.
So first, I want to give a shout out for this comment, John G. He's John G 500. He said, "You're a badass woman. Love watching and listening to you, giving your unfiltered opinions. Keep on going."
Thank you, John. I appreciate it. I'm not going anywhere.
And then we have some questions. This is from Robert in the chat. He says, "Thoughts on conservative Kansas voting to uphold their current abortion laws?" Thoughts?
Conservative cancels voting?
Conservative Kansas, sorry.
Oh, Kansas.
Voting to uphold their current abortion laws.
I have to look at the specifics of what the laws are in Kansas to be able to comment on that.
Yeah, because they're trying to uphold it.
They're trying to keep it. So they probably have a ban at a certain week point, is my guess.
Yeah.
Is that a 15-week ban? Is that a 12-week ban? I don't know the rules in Kansas. I'd have to look at that.
Yeah.
I think there should be a certain time ban.
Well, I think, again, it doesn't really matter what the law. I can't tell you what I think of that particular law because I don't know there's probably a cutoff point there. But what I can tell you is that it should be left to the states. This is a states' rights issue. Abortion was never meant to be a federal issue. So all the Supreme Court is doing now is saying, we're going to take this and we're going to let the states decide. So if Kansas decides that that's what they want to do, then that's what they should do. And if people don't like the policy in Kansas, they should leave Kansas and go live somewhere where they do like the policy, because that's how the issue of abortion should play out. Yep. My guess is I don't know if you find that, you could let us know, but I think it's probably, they're doing all these, because of the Supreme Court ruling now, all these states are trying to figure out what they're going to do.
Exactly.
And they all have like different 12 weeks, some 15 weeks, some no bans at all.
And you nailed it perfect with her. And I hate, some people get upset when you're like, if you don't like it, then move. That's how I move. One of the deciding factors was LA being LA, and I packed my shit and I moved there. Yeah. It's just if you want to be happier, it's hard. Get your ass up, pack your shit.
It is hard, yeah.
It's not, it ain't easy, bro. But you could do it. If you don't like it, move.
So they're keeping the abortion. It says Kansas voters reject effort to eliminate state abortion protections.
So they're going to keep it. Well, they're going to keep it legal, but there probably is a limitation.
There has to be, there's
a cutoff.
9, 10 weeks, 15
There's a cutoff. So they're gonna allow you to still get an abortion there, but there's a cutoff somewhere in there. And that's what the debate is about, because what is a baby at 12 weeks versus 15 weeks versus... Some of these people want you to be able to, some of these liberal cities want you to be able to go straight to, 9
months? What do you mean? Like, they go in there?
No, you deliver the baby.
That's
disgusting. Disgusting. But Kansas should be able to do, you have to always remember whether you agree with the ruling or not, you have to protect federalism. You have to protect the 10th Amendment and the ability of these states to do that. By the way, on your comment, when I didn't like the vaccine mandates in New York, all the liberals were like, you don't like it, then move. Yeah. And now when I say, okay, I did. I took my family and I said this was unscientific, this was active discrimination, so I decided to leave, I'm out. Now, when I turn that and I say, on abortion, they're like, you can't do that, that's discriminatory. So make up your mind, people.
Yeah, which one is it?
Which one is it?
Yeah, exactly.
My body, my choice. That was another thing.
Exactly.
Remember, my body, my choice, unless it's an experimental vaccine, then you got to get it.
Not vaxxed, by the way. Not vaxxed, not boosted. Had it early. I feel great.
I had it early and I never had it again.
That's it. Weird. The science really works. Our science.
I had it early. I never had it again. I was supposed to be so dangerous to the people at the View.
You're killing people.
We have a comment from Robert. He's actually from Utah. He says, when are you going to do a live show from Utah? Come visit.
Oh, that would be fascinating.
Already being requested.
I was in Utah once. First of all, my husband, if he's listening, he wants me. He was dying for us to move to Utah. He's like Utah, Montana. Jeremy's he's a skier, and he's very much like, I don't need to be around that many people. So my husband would be like, let's go tonight.
You want to laugh? I was stationed in Great Falls, Montana in the Air Force, and I just got back from Utah. My sister retired from the Air Force. So both of the places that you just said.
Let me ask you a question, because we didn't bring this up that you were in the Air Force, but let me ask you this. Military people who go and do like actually hard stuff, when you come back and you look at life and the shit that we complain about, how do you have patience for the rest of us, honestly?
It's so hard, because you're just like, what do you complain? Like, you have it so good. We're like, and Eric was a military guy too. It's like, Marine, right? Yep. Marines, just like, bro, because it's discipline.
No wonder you have no tolerance to me when I complain about toxic paint.
Yeah, he's a soldier in here. But I think it's like because we're trained and you're just thrust into the real like life and working and chain of command, and then when you come, you see everybody's complaining. It's just like it's really sad. You wish, because a lot of other places like Israel and all these places, they have 2-year.
Yes.
You have to be. I think that's brilliant. You have to be in the military. They're not fighting and shooting guns. Not all of them.
But you're in badass shape. I'll tell you that.
You're in crazy shape, and I'm telling you right now, it disciplines the shit out of you. I was insane when I got out of high school. I was insane, hanging with the wrong crowd, doing shit that I should be in jail for. But military honed me in. Like, I'm never late. I'm always on time. My apartment's fucking clean. It's one of the best things that I've ever done. And my brother was in the Air Force, and my sister, like I said, just retired. So it was.
I got a funny story, and then we'll head out for today. Vinny, it has been awesome.
I love you.
But speaking of this, the military, there's this company, Valuetainment, has a lot of former military, all veterans. Okay, so I come in. And I'm very into this non-toxic living, like very much so. And I am very sensitive. I had Lyme disease in the past, and it makes you sensitive to chemical toxins, right? So I tell them about paint. I'm like, guys, don't paint anything, please, because I'm going to walk into the room, my eyes are going to water, I'm going to be sick, and I'm very aware of what's in all this stuff. We're going to do a bunch of shows on how everyone can kind of clean up their life to remove all this residual garbage. Anyway, I'm talking to a bunch of guys who've like walked through, they're like walking through some like gas chambers with no masks on. They're like, what the hell? And I'm like, guys, is it no VOC? If we had you here from the start, this would have been a sketch.
That would have been,
and I walk in and I'm like, don't do the paint, don't do the paint. The day that we come in to shoot the promo, the guys are painting.
That's hilarious.
I mean, it was a scene from a movie.
Like a moment where you're like, I thought I said.
And it was, and they're all looking at me like, is this girl, like, is this
That's
something wrong
so
with
funny.
her? Who did you hire,
Dave
Pat?
Locraw, like during like Real Live Fire, and they're like, so what's your story? You're like, I was at Home Depot and I turned the corner and I didn't even realize I was in the paint section. And I was like, someone sprayed Febreze. I'm out. I almost fucking died.
I'll be back on Friday.
Oh, that's
I need to detox. It's hilarious.
Funny. And you're telling Marines that are like, really, paint?
I'm going to get them. I said, I'm going to get you guys to understand where I'm coming from, because let me tell you, I had that Lyme disease. I was sick. I was a healthy girl. I got sick, and this shit adds up everywhere. You're talking about grass-fed, grass-finished meat, what you eat. People are going to be blown away. So we're going to bring on some guests that are going to talk about everyday toxins and what's actually making people sick that people don't realize. I'm telling you, you're going to be like, I'm changing up my cleaning product. There's little stuff you can do that's not going to cost you money that will make a huge benefit. I'm telling you, I'm going to have these Marines, everybody. Eric, I'm talking to you, man. He's on his phone right now.
Be organic.
I'm going to,
So texting the other Marine like he's
going to be like, I'm changing out my home cleaning products, girlfriend. I'm not mopping with this shit anymore. I know it. I love you guys. I love them all. All right, well, Vinny, you have been awesome.
Thank you.
This was an amazing Shoot the Shit. You're welcome to come back anytime. People, remember at home, Vinny has a new podcast. First of all, he does a ton of sketches for Valuetainment Comedy, so you got to check that out.
On Friday, new one's coming out.
New one's coming out on Friday. Funny how you decide. Is he funny? Is he not? I think so. I think you'll enjoy it. You should definitely check it out. Everybody needs a little dose of comedy in their lives. Life's just too damn serious.
Yep.
So it's your job to make us laugh. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit like if you like the Shoot the Shits. We got I think we've got like 7 or 8 guests lined up now that are going to be rolling out. We're going to have some fun. Thank you so much for being here. I will be back here on Friday. It will be, I believe, just me. We're going to do live reacts to some madness going on. We're going to set some ladies straight on Friday. Yes, we are. Tyler will be back. And that's it. So happy Wednesday. Have a good Thursday. I'll see you Friday.